Hello, wonderful humans of Earth. I am back. Welcome back. You're back. We're all back. It's good. Life's good. Another XFM. Series 2, episode 11. Nice. We already made it to November. All right. Time be flying. Any news to report? Not really. The only thing that happened in my life this last week, maybe. Well, okay, I saw Deadpool and Wolverine. Don't worry, I won't spoil anything. But I was highly entertained, and I recommend if you haven't seen it yet. That's all I'll say. And, yep, this is also highly entertaining, which is why I'm here, which is why you're here. So let's just, get it on like a crouton or whatever. I don't know. Oh, it's going to be a weird day. I'm weird today. Oh, well, is that really different? Is it different? I don't think it is. I feel weird, though. Oh, well. And that's the intro. Boom. Oh, yeah. Like always, thank you, Mr. Rusty Dog, for making these. Beautiful stuff, beautiful work. I love them. I appreciate them. And it's awesome. So, and you do an amazing job. All right, now we can play.
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters?
Foo Fighters.
Okay.
All my life on XFM 104.9, I'm Ricky Gervais, with me, Steve Merchant, and of course, Carl Pilkington. Oh, we're going to show for you today.
I'm sorry. It's just... Oh, dude. Fork on the head. Look at that. God damn, man. That's just great. I love how you got a nice normal picture of everybody and then Carl.
Pilkington. Oh, are we going to show for you today?
What have we got planned? Come
on. Loads of stuff and 2 hours of it.
Right.
And all the records.
But specifically, what sort of stuff have you planned for us? Because I know you've been working hard.
What have you done?
Because I've been busy this week. I've been house hunting. I've been various things. But I know you've had the whole week off.
Right.
So what have you been up to? Like,
go on, Carl. Carl, tell them what we've got. Tell them what we've planned. All the stuff you've done.
What have you got?
But Rick, specifically, what have you come up with? Quick, because people are getting bored. Tell us what you've...
I've come up with, the music.
Right. Obviously we've already planned that. We planned that last week, so that's all done. But what have you yourself contributed to today's show? I'm looking forward to it.
I got a text message today from Ross Noble. You know Ross Noble, the comedian? Who's on, Have I Got News For You?
Right.
He says, ask Carl, if he woke up with ladies' boobs, would he just put a dress on and live as a lady? Or will he just be a man, but with these boobs?
Carl, it's a good question.
Is that a good question?
I know that happened to Ross, so he's throwing that one out at you.
It did in a way, because he ate pizzas for a year, didn't he?
Yes, he did, yeah.
And he got a lovely pair of breasts. Yeah. Go on.
Probably.
Pizzas for a year?
Find a loose-fitting jumper, go to the doctor's.
What would you say to the doctor? How would you explain this phenomenon to the doctor? So you'd be happy with this because you believe in shite, like happening. Go on.
But it can happen because I told you a couple of weeks ago how it can happen. How you can wake up with breasts if you're a fella. I told you.
Go on.
Haven't you remembered?
No, funny that, isn't it? Go on.
Have you, Steve?
No, I don't remember this. Did you tell us on air?
Yeah. It can happen if you go to Argentina and have a steak. You can wake up with breasts. Because...
Okay, this was not a conversation in a previous XFM, and what the hell are you talking about?
I'm sure I'd have remembered
Carl,
that.
Pull the other one. Look, he likes that.
Is that what you've come up with this week? That joke?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Play a record. It's going to be a dynamite show.
That songs you want.
Dynamite. Okay. No. But what I can say is I think it was an issue maybe in the States and some places in Latin America. Maybe Argentina. I don't know, but it was a problem somewhere. I'm pretty sure States was one of the places. I'm pretty sure it was also more than one place. But not steak, chicken breasts. There were little girls that were eating chicken breasts and they would pump the chickens while they were alive with estrogen and stuff to make the meat better, bigger, juicier, I don't know. And little girls that would eat like a lot of chicken, especially chicken breasts in their diet, they would start growing chicken breasts. They would start growing before like the natural age for that to happen and stuff. So there was an issue. It would they were pumping up the chickens so much with like hormones and stuff. It was causing hormonal imbalances in young women. Yes. I don't know if that's still an issue. I don't think so. That was years ago. I'd have no idea. That was also little girls that were going through puberty and in that kind of age frame, maybe that already had estrogen in their bodies being a guy and eating a chicken breast and waking up with yeah, no. And especially, like, not steak, and especially Argentina has nothing to do with that. So I just sort of relevant there, maybe-ish, kinda, but yeah. Whatever.
Oh, listen, look, it's going to be a dynamite show.
Clearly.
Listen,
look, I'm going to play some classic tunes today. I'm going to educate the youngsters, Steve.
Okay, new question. If you guys, for those of you that don't have breasts, if the people that don't woke up tomorrow with breasts, would you name them? Left and right, or, you know, that's my question to you. If you do not know why, you clearly haven't seen my last short. Oh, man. Anyway.
Right, now, you've all heard of Lou Reed, you've all heard of Velvet Underground, but, you know, have you heard of Venus in Furs, Carl?
Shiny, shiny, shiny boots of leather.
Venus in Furs, Velvet Underground. What a great start. What a classic song.
They continue to sound fresh and contemporary.
Do you know what that song's about, Carl?
No.
No.
M&S.
It's about M&S.
You know that?
Yeah.
You know the shop?
Yeah.
It's all about that.
Yeah.
Whiplash, Smile, and all that, all the things you can get at Marks and Spencer.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is that a real picture of the place? Because it blew my mind a little bit that they're apparently on a hill, but the place is like leveled, despite the inclination of the hill. Fascinating. Yes, that stuff genuinely interests me. I think that's cool. Also, yeah, I realize they won't, like, make it... Yeah, okay. But I mean the entrance, because obviously you can't have the source slanted because you're on a hill, because that's just stupid. But the entrance, I like that they leveled it out, and then there's just, like, a weird... I don't know. It's weird the way it's done, okay? I'm not stupid. I know the store. I meant the entrance.
It's all about that.
Yeah.
Whiplash, Smile, and all that, all the things you can get at Marks and Spencer.
Shiny boots of leather.
Yeah.
Sure.
Being whipped.
Yeah. I think that's a new division they've opened.
Yeah, but we have got a great show lined up, haven't we?
Have we? No, go on.
No, we have. No, because we've got, Rockbusters coming up, the great new
looking
quiz.
forward to that.
That's made the press.
Has it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Frimley Tea Rooms newsletter mentioned it. We've also got
Carl's local, isn't it?
yeah. We've also got Educating Ricky, where Carl educates me. The one last week, a girl, right? She was deaf, and she was having an argument with her mum, and she pushed her and she hit her head, and then she can hear again.
Yeah.
Don't know what I learnt from that.
No.
It might be subliminal. Something might be going. It might be a metaphor that I will learn from.
Yeah, it's like a parable.
Yeah. So look at his face.
Again, I think the point is just that you learn that happened. Also, I just know I'm gonna get, stuck in the comments for people thinking I'm stupider than I am with the slanted entrance thing. It's just because here, when there's a house or a store or something on the hill, they handle that differently, okay? Leave me alone.
We might as well be talking Dutch, mightn't we, Carl? Say something quick, it's radio.
I don't understand what you want from me.
Oh, we're only joking.
Say something quick,
so,
it's radio.
Educating Ricky, I've worked a bit harder this week. We've got some good stuff.
Okay.
Awesome. I'll give you the
teaser headlines later.
Headlines in a bit.
Yeah.
So you've got Rockbusters as well.
Carl's having a bit of a stressful week because he thinks he's not appreciated because he gets in at what time do you get in? About 8 or 9, don't you?
Last week, I've been busy this week. I've been in at about 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, and you've been leaving when?
About 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, you're in Saturday.
Yeah, I'm in now.
You get paid, don't you?
I'm busy at home at
A lot of people work late, Carl. A lot of people work 12-hour days.
Why are you busy at home, Carl? What are you up to?
Because we're trying to sort out a move.
Uh-huh.
I've been trying to call round this morning to get someone to buy a Futon and a table from me.
Yes. Well, we could put that appeal out now, couldn't we? If anyone wants to buy a futon or a table.
Just think, a futon that Carl Pilkington slept on.
How much you asking?
Whatever.
Well, you need to
Don't say whatever.
You've got to take the two. I don't want, like, different people coming round and that.
Sure, wasting your
time.
Got to
buy a futon on a table.
It's quite specific, isn't it? Someone has to want a futon. Yeah. The specific futon you're selling on the table.
It's like a tease made, isn't it? Alarm clock and tea maker. This is futon and table.
Looking for about £100.
And it's good condition, the futon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, no
You've not dribbled
stains,
on it?
you haven't pissed yourself in the... no.
No,
Right.
nothing? And what kind of table, what sort of table is it? Are we talking like a table for a lounge, a dining table?
No, for like a computer and just
A
you know
desk?
something.
Has it got any drawers? Are there any drawers? There's no
No,
drawers.
it's just a nice wooden table.
Right, is it kind of
solid.
oak or is it sort of an IKEA sort of thing?
No, it's like oakish.
It's oakish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 100 quid.
The Futon is it was just the mattress and the pallets. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
but
right.
it's not. You see, you get cheap Futons, don't
This
you?
is a
But
good one,
this
is
is
it?
a good one. It's
How much would that have retailed for when you purchased
I think
it?
I paid about $2.50 for
Right,
it.
so it's a bargain
Well,
for people.
if you look at it, if you
And how long have you had it? How old
This
is
is
it?
a whole new strand.
Well,
isn't
I'm
it?
thinking
I
this
don't
is a
think
great-
it's legal. I don't think we should
I'll
use.
tell you what I'm interested in Rick, is just finding out a little bit about the sort of thing that Carl's got in his home, you know.
I'm interested in if people will phone up to spend £100 just to go round
Carl's house, yeah.
No, I won't be. No.
What?
No, they'll come here. I'll bring it to work, and they can pick it up here. Don't
I'm going to
Okay.
bring a
But they can meet you.
futon and a table to work. Don't you ride a bike
So hold
to
on,
work?
we need someone with a van now.
Yeah.
So we need. Is anyone who wants to? But they're not allowed around your house. Can they meet you next door? Someone with a van. Will
Could they meet you in your street somewhere?
Hold on, could they meet
What
you?
if
With
you-
hold on, what about the little Chinese fellow that lives across the road on the two bouncers and the old woman who's dead reading a book? Could you meet him somewhere?
I've got an idea. What about if you meet at the end of your street, you blindfold them, like they do when terrorists...
I love how they're being jerks about it, but it's completely reasonable for him to not want a stranger to go to his house and know where he lives.
take the negotiator to the the hideout,
the big cheese.
and so you could do that, and so you know they could piece together maybe where you live
With
from the
sounds.
sounds and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But what about that, Carl? That seems a great idea.
Yeah.
And would
Yeah.
you sign the futon for people? Do you think? Would you give them a little signature, or maybe at least a
Sign
bill
the
of
pallet,
purchase?
couldn't you? You could sign the pallet.
Yeah. Or I could try and get work to buy it off me, and then we give it away for Rockbusters.
Do you think they do that? Do you think they do that? I think they'd probably do it for Foxy with his big.
Well, imagine
hog.
how big that would
Imagine
be.
if
That
he
sounds
wanted
like
to
a
sell his
hassle,
hog.
Yeah. That is a motorbike, isn't it?
Yeah. So, he's been selling his hog for money for years,
yeah.
hasn't he? Oh dear.
So
right.
well, we'll see about that. See
So,
we get any
if people are interested, maybe email ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk if you're interested in
Buy,
futon.
buy Carl's
and-
futon
and a
competition. £100 ONO.
Exactly.
Yeah? Yeah?
What gear have we got anyway?
I never knew what that meant. Oh, I know.
Yeah, I was gonna
thought
say,
it
what's
meant
that?
sort of
Oh,
on
no.
the nose.
On the- on the
on nose.
Oh, that's
Oh,
good, yeah. Well, tell them what we got to give away, Steve.
So
quick.
actually, I have to say, you've excelled yourself
We've got
this
the
week.
Richard Ashcroft's single coming up soon after this. Go on.
Since when have you taken to talking like that? It does amuse me.
Go on.
This is a nice little collection here. This is a 3 DVD set. David Attenborough's The Life of Birds, Trials of Life, and Life in the Freezer.
That's a good one, isn't it?
That's a selection of animal-based
Is that a
documentaries.
prize today?
We've got... And this
What he's
actually
best at.
Well, absolutely. This
I hate
is
when he goes off the ball and does, like, fast cars.
This is very, very good indeed. This is a best of David Bowie compilation.
It is a very good,
Just,
it's a
in
proper
time for
one. Not
Christmas.
that...
Jesus Christ. Them overlapping, talking together, plus all the voices I have in my head, like normally, it's a lot. It's hard for me to process so many sounds at once. Jesus. I got a little lost. Are these like the prizes for the Rockbusters? Okay, see, that image is weird to me. You know why? Because I saw David Bowie in an interview once saying that it wasn't, and in the interview, like, the camera zoomed in and showed you, that it wasn't that he had 2 different color eyes, it's just that, I think he had an accident or something on one of the eyes, and the pupil dilated and never undilated, so it's basically, that's what, like, makes it look different, but he has 2 of the same color eyes. So I don't know if that picture's edited, or he lied, or what happened, but I think he just has 2 blue eyes and 1 pupil, and it got stuck that way. Anyway, okay. Jesus, that was a lot, man. God damn. All right.
Not the rubbish ones that no one else wanted. This is a brilliant compilation.
Yeah, it's got
about
excellent selection on there. We've got this. Now, this looks like a madness. Oh, no. It's far worse than we could possibly have imagined. It seems to be some kind of tie-in with the Our House Madness musical.
And it's a cast of 20 people who wanted to be singers.
It's tricky to find out. I can't figure out if it's the originals or not, but needless to say, if you're a Madness fan, I'm sure that'd be an absolute
Yeah, you love
treat.
that. You love that. You'll love that.
Now, I know that,
Steve, I wouldn't mind that DVD collection myself, but I can't.
That's
It's
true
the
enough.
giveaways that, no, we can't.
I'm talking of great compilations. What about this? It's Country Legends. I'm
Oh,
seeing on the
that's
front
all
there Glenn Campbell. We've got Dolly Parton. We've got, what do we call it? On the front
What do
there.
we call it? is
He's a great performer.
Yeah.
Jake, whatchamacallit.
Oh, excellent.
Some great hits from him. So that's there as well.
What a collection.
That's same XFM compilation again, easy to get hold of. If
the big one, the film that Carl picks every week, the big
DVD movie this week.
Don't go out tonight if you've got a DVD player and a television set, because you'll be staying in and watching this fantastic film.
It will tear your soul apart. It's Hellraiser, the original Hellraiser. Bear in mind, it has been on Channel 4 and Channel 5 and on most cable channels since it came out. But if you haven't seen it, if you're one of the only people who has not seen it, and of course you have to be over 18 to play, then you can win Hellraiser.
That is fantastic. Well, play a song, Carl. We'll come back to that. More great stuff.
Indeed. The competition coming up later. Email only, isn't it, Carl?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Futon.
Futon's still available.
Richard Ashcroft. Check the meaning. Well, Carl, you're chuffed, aren't you? What's happened? What's just happened? Tell the listeners what's happened.
This has sparked you up a bit.
Steve's just called up. He's putting an offer for the Futon and the table.
Yeah.
I think he definitely wanted it, but I said, look, think about it over the weekend.
Yeah.
Well, you're not a hustler.
No, well, I'm not going to rush him into it, because once he's got it, he can't bring it back. I'm not messing about.
No.
So the bloke said, what sort of wood is it? Carl said, sort of like a light brown colour. He went, what, beach coloured? Carl went, depends what beach you're on. Which was nice.
You do understand there's a wood that's called beach.
Well, he's happy. He likes the sound of it. Nice plum cover. He's going to be,
Yeah. It's Carl going, that'll go with Magnolia. You walls he's just going, I'll tell you what, look nice in your spare bedroom. It was like an episode of Changing Rooms. It was like listening to an episode of Carl.
He did the deal in under 3 minutes, wasn't it?
It was pretty good, didn't he?
He phoned it about halfway through in that song, so you worked pretty quick, Carl, I gotta say. It's your Manx scally way.
I'm sure we're not allowed to do this, though.
No, I think it's highly criminal.
Yeah. Have you got anything that you get?
Why? I love that they talk several times about how it's illegal for them to do that, but I'm kind of a little stuck on the why. Like, I mean, if it's a one-time thing, it's it's odd that this would be illegal, but Steven asking for tickets to concerts isn't. It's weird. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you, I am moving shortly, so I mean, I might come in next week. I could have a couple of.
I threw away a desk the other day.
I gotta get rid of a bed, a chair, because I'm pretty tall. This is so pathetic. Yeah. when I moved up to London, my dad said, well, you want to be careful, because, I mean, the seating in a lot of these London pads, it's bad seating, really low backs, fashionable, isn't it? Fashionable chairs and stuff. You're a big guy, 6'7", you need, like, a decent chair. We went to a shop, it was like a second-hand furniture shop, right? I bought this chair, very high back.
Why did you buy that? For a solo, I love that.
It's just a chair, so I could sit in my room and watch TV.
But was it a soft chair, or was it a wooden chair?
It was kind of like a sort of, well, let me explain, because it's kind of like an armchair, but it's kind of got wooden arms. So I get this chair, I bring it up to London, I'm thinking, this is a great chair, this is a wonderful chair. I'm gonna be watching TV, everyone else is going to be in agony.
But
I got this lovely chair, right? And I brought it out, and someone went, they looked at it, they went, isn't that an orthopedic chair? And I looked at it again, right, and I realised it's kind of white cleanable. It's made of some kind of fabric that allows you to just mop it down with a wet cloth.
Why?
Because I think it came from an old people's home.
Oh.
You know when you see, like, old people in some kind of social room in an old people's home, just sat watching a little crappy old TV, and you can wipe everything clean. It's one of those chairs.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So if anyone's, maybe they've got an elderly relative.
Didn't you keep slipping off?
Just goes like, and it's also the most uncomfortable chair I've ever, because unless you've got chronic back pain, it's just the most uncomfortable chair. It makes you sit bolt upright.
He's really selling it, by the way.
If not slightly forward.
You've done a good sell on it. I think the phones are going mental.
Well,
how much do you want for that, Steve?
If you've had a recent accident, or you've got a disabled or someone in the house who's just elderly, then you might want to get in touch. I'm happy to, you can take that off, man, for 25 quid.
This is so wrong.
25 quid, I'll take that. Maybe you're setting up an old people's home, it's a little pet project.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of grant. We can help.
Exactly.
We can help. I mean, because though Steve's such a high flyer, I mean, if it really is a good cause, they just give it to you.
Well, let's not rush into anything, really. I like to assess each case, individually.
Yeah.
But certainly if you are a charity, then I might go for 20 quid. You take it off my hands for 20 quid. But otherwise 25, and I tell you, it's in good condition, because I haven't really sat on it.
£5 off if you really are.
You know, and there were some stains, I've wiped them clean.
You know, yeah.
Jesus.
Oh dear. Well, that's fantastic. So we've
I'll tell you what we should resuscitate next week, Swap Shop. The multicoloured swap shop.
Honestly,
it's a great format.
But there's a couple of
I'm sorry, I have to sneeze. I can't pay attention. But it's not coming out. Multicolored swap shop. Children's TV. What the hell were they doing?
things I've always honestly,
It's a great format.
But there's a couple of things I've always wanted to get back at. Swap Shop is one of them, and the other one is Superstars.
I don't remember Superstars.
Superstars was great because it was like the people of their time. So you'd have like people like nowadays. You'd have Beckham and what's his name? Who's the tennis player?
Rosetsky.
Yeah, Rosetsky. And they have to compete. So all these people have to compete at each other's sports. And they have to choose 7 out of 10 sports. And there's a leaderboard and there's a big final. Oh, Keegan came off his bike.
It's
Brian
not
Jacks
like
always used to win it. No, it's real sports.
It's
proper sports. It's 100 metres, tennis, weightlifting, all the real sports that you can't do your own sport.
Well, I know you're a pretty big guy now in British TV. You're a bit of a big shot. What do you reckon? Pull some strings?
Let's get it back on there.
Superstars. Superstars, sounds fantastic.
Me, Johnny Vegas, Peter Kay. For the bigger fella, I think, maybe. The comedy superstars. What we got next? We've got a bit of Springsteen, haven't we?
Let's play Springsteen. This is a track from his current album, The Rising. A lot of people think Bruce is a bit MOR, a bit middle of the road or whatever, but, you know, I just think, piss off.
Yeah.
I just think, screw you, let's play it.
Yeah, get lost, you. Yeah. Imagine this, you're open top caddy.
Yeah,
you're just going around
country.
Route 66. You're going home maybe for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
To see your folks. Just turn up the radio if you are.
Play the tune.
Probably not, though.
That just reminded me when I brought so stop it for a second. Just realised when I brought a woman back and she saw the orthopedic chair. You bring a woman back to your pad. Oh, it's embarrassing.
And the harness.
Yeah. And the truss.
Yeah. And can you give me those 2 splints? I'm sorry? Those 2 splints there. Well, I've got to go. Have you?
Is this a potty under the bed?
I love that he stopped the music for that. Am I extra slow today, or are they like on speed or something? Because I feel like they have never spoken so fast and so over each other and stuff. And I'm having a hard time today, but I don't know if they're normal and I'm like, I didn't even take an antihistamine or anything today. Nothing special, you know? So I don't know if they're just like on something, or if I'm not tired or anything. It's not like I'm falling asleep. I don't know. I can't follow them. Well, I can, but it's taking a lot of effort and focus. Jesus. Whew. I guess maybe because Carl isn't speaking as much. It's just them. And Carl speaks like a lot slower, and there's a lot of like in the middle, so it gives me time to process what's being said. But this is holy guacamole.
Rising, title track from Bruce Springsteen's current album, The Rising.
Track.
Yeah, it's good.
Great. It's that feeling of it's melancholy and uplifting. We've had quite an interactive show so far because we've got a call that Superstars is coming back. It's due to come back in the BBC schedules, which is great news. Apparently, Steve Redgrave is one of them. I just don't think professional footballers be allowed to take part these days, though. When they're on 50 grand a week, you can't really have them falling off bikes and their ankles, can you?
Yeah, McCaskill last night.
Yeah, slippery thick glove, yeah.
Ian McCaskill.
Oh, he fell off his bike about 3 times, didn't he? Oh, did you see Slippery Thick Glove?
No, I haven't seen it.
There was a great moment where they had to go into a thing called a bod pod, and you sit in it, looks right space age, and it analyses you, and it tells you percentage body fat. Now, I think men are meant to be about sort of 15 to 25% body fat, women are meant to be like about 20 to 30 body fat. And they all went in there, and it went in there and it said, in McCaskill, and it came up, 34% body fat or whatever, slightly overweight, I'm gonna come to the 38% overweight, then it went, the other one, 45% body fat, obese, then it went, Jono,
did it say, I don't want to tell you?
Yeah, and then it went, 50% body fat, very obese. Then Rick Waller was sat in there, and it came up 60% body fat.
Oh, wow.
And I wanted it to come up slug.
Oh,
but it came up more, but it's 60, you are 60% fat.
So 60% of him is fat?
Yeah. Yeah, 60% of his entire makeup.
That's extraordinary.
It is,
well, you know my feelings about Waller.
Well, let's get on to him.
Well, that's the reason I don't watch the show.
Not just your feelings about him, your feelings about heavy people in general. And he's got a lot of feelings about a lot of things that make him come off on radio quite as an angry man.
I do feel a bit sorry for him, and he is, I think he is trying, although the fella there thinks he's not trying. So I don't know who to believe, Steve.
Sure. Yeah,
I don't know who to believe Waller, and he does get pains and that, and he is a bit...
The problem is, right, he does like his food.
Yeah, we all like our food.
But if he didn't do the exercise, he wouldn't be as hungry, and he might not get fat.
This is a whole new nutritional outlook.
Absolutely.
So you're saying... Don't exercise and carry on eating.
Don't move so you don't have to eat.
And that's interesting. Let me write that one down. I will send that to the British
Nutritional Organisation.
Yeah, no, that's good. Carl Pilkington. Okay, well, no, that's a good...
I'm no doctor or anything.
Clearly.
Stop being so bloody modest.
Please.
You are a doctor. You're not a doctor, seriously. You didn't qualify. That's interesting.
You dropped out early, or?
That's mad. That is mad.
I mean, you're as good as doctor, you just didn't get the paperwork or whatever. You just didn't turn up for the exam.
He was just saying that Bruce Springsteen, depressed him a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it reminds him of when he worked in the supermarket. And, I said, it's funny how a song can do that, take you right back there. He went, yeah, nothing else can do that. I said, well, actually, smell is the most evocative sense, because smell is linked to memory in the brain. And he went, yeah, they probably said that before music, though. And now all science are going, we better revisit this, because there's music now. Yeah. We've had this theory knocking around for, 10,000...
I went to see Bruce, you'll be pleased to know. I just want the fans of the show to know that I did make it to Bruce Springsteen's concert last week. And, he started with that song we just played, and it was dynamite. I mean, he never let up. Almost 3 hours, he rocked the joint. He's 53, he was sliding across, it was pure rock and roll. Pumping our fist, sliding across the floor on his knees, he was jumping on the piano. It was real Jerry Lee Lewis rock and roll. And, it was dynamite. And, I just was looking around though, and when I am the trendiest person at a gig,
oh dear,
then I'm in trouble. Do you know what I mean? And there was some of the people there, I imagined, you know, on Amazon.com, it says like, people who bought X also bought Y.
Yeah.
And I think people who bought tickets for Bruce probably bought tickets for Martin Knopfler.
Yeah.
Probably bought tickets.
Is that real? That is so messed up. That's hilarious. It's like going to a store and buying duct tape and like a hoodie like that and just rope and a bunch of just very suspicious things. What the hell, dude? That's really funny. And you know what? That looks real.
It's for Martin Knopfler.
Yeah.
Dave Gilmour.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd. Without Pink Floyd.
But
Stevie Nicks.
But there's also, but then there's also, you know, all the monsters rock. They probably buy Stones when they visit, you know.
Yeah.
And probably Tina Turner.
It's the blue wash jeans.
Yeah.
You know, it's the small waistcoats.
Yeah.
Over a denim shirt.
Plaid shirt. Maybe sort of like Timberlands. Nothing wrong with Timberlands. that's libelous.
Sure.
No.
Sure.
See, I've done it again.
Yeah. But so it was hell getting out. I couldn't find, I mean, I went to the tube and it was a nightmare because some of the tubes weren't running. I just said to my friend, I'll sod this, you know, stormed off, trying to find a cab, couldn't find a cab, wandering around Wembley, just livid. I mean, fuming because I couldn't find a cab. I was screaming because I was going, I've got money, I'm on the radio, I've had a TV show, I've got the cash, I'm willing to spend it. There's no one who can help me get home. And I was thinking,
I've seen him shout this in Brewer Street, just to stand in the middle. Go on.
And I was thinking to myself, what would you have done there? Because in the end, I just sat in a little cafe, had something to eat. But you, I mean, if you couldn't get a cab, what would you have done? Just because there's a couple of, I was looking, there was a couple of hotels near Wembley. I was thinking you'd have just checked in.
Yeah, and just
and stayed till the morning.
Yeah, when there's a cab, let me know.
But I was thinking, because you were thinking of going, would you have booked a cab beforehand?
Yeah.
Would you have thought to do that?
Yeah, I'd have got a cab there and
see, that's like one of the beautiful things of newer services now, like just Uber and Cabify and all that. You can't get a cab, you can get an Uber. Like, there's always gonna be an Uber somewhere, especially if you can't get a cab because it's like super occupied or whatever. That's when they're out. So I don't think this would be an issue anymore, like nowadays, if you have the cash to spend and whatever. So interesting how those little things like ended up having a service or something to resolve it.
I've booked a cab.
One of the helicopters just took you back home.
Yeah.
Oh, he's having a dig, isn't he?
He's having a laugh, isn't he?
Blimey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Play the ads.
Death in Vegas. Scorpio Rising.
Featuring the voice of, is it Noel Gallagher?
Liam, innit?
Is it Liam?
Sounded a bit like him.
Liam, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, isn't it?
Excellent, yeah. Right, okay, let's get this show well and truly on the road. We better start, educating Ricky next, Carl? What have you got for me? I can't wait for learning. I need learning. I need education.
We should just
Teach
explain,
me something.
obviously, for those that have just tuned in, Carl, tries to teach Ricky 3 things each week.
Based on the pun title,
and yeah, each of
Rita.
them, just to tantalise Ricky, is, abbreviated into some kind of headline.
A cryptic clue involving a pun.
So what have you got for us this week?
They are really cryptic this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
First story, little headline, is, don't worry about him, he can handle it.
He can handle it.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit like he can handle it, but it's not. Brilliant.
Second one.
Get a lobe of
I'm
Get a lobe of this.
Some classics. Who can forget? Get a load of this.
Yeah. Coming soon.
And
I like it,
stocking
it's not
Aiken
his fault.
Waterman. Go on.
Second one.
Yeah.
I'm committed to this treatment.
I'm committed to this treatment.
Yeah.
Alright, tantalising.
Yeah. And the last one, the police are causing a bit of a stare.
The way he looks when he says it. We
can't see that.
Can't we get Carl on telly?
There's got to be a way.
Nope.
There's
We
gotta be a way.
cannot. With all the cable channels, anyone can get on telly these days. Let's
Right,
let's phone up. Let's get you on Choice or something. Just Carl.
What are you going for?
Oh, he can handle it. I think.
Don't worry about him, he can handle it.
He can handle it.
Sorry,
Okay,
yeah.
let's hear this one.
Right, are you familiar with the phrase, burning the candle at both ends?
Yeah.
Do you know how it's come about?
I know a man
Well,
who does.
I assumed that it was to get more light in the room.
How would that work?
Well, they'd put it sideways and light both wicks, so out of one candle they could get
No.
two. No, go on.
No, what it is,
I know what
is,
it means. It means you're doing too much. You're staying up too much.
Right.
You're not getting enough sleep, and you're
well, years ago,
yeah.
when they didn't have light bulbs and that.
Oh yeah, what year is this? Literally ages ago, specifically.
Yeah, quite a bit back.
Okay.
Didn't have light bulbs and that, so they used to have candles
When
in
did the light bulb come in? Because I can't remember at the moment.
Dunno.
Okay.
Okay, go on.
So,
Really?
yes.
Okay, go on.
Oh, wow. Cool.
So, yeah, so they've got a light bulb.
You're not. You wouldn't know. You're a doctor. You're not a historian. Go on.
And people who worked a lot of hours, yeah,
How many? Literally lots.
they get up early in the morning because they have to be up early,
Yeah,
and it's dark outside, so they light the candle,
sure.
and they wear it out a bit, and then they'd be getting in late as well,
Yeah.
and like, they'd be like, oh, it's dark, I'll have to light the candle again, and they're burning candle at both ends of the day. So that's where the saying comes from, burning the candle at both ends. So,
Thank you for the
That's,
QR because
lesson.
Yeah.
lesson one.
Okay.
sounds a bit whack, but sure.
Can I have?
No, you can't have
You
another
can't
one
rush
yet.
into them, Rick. You've got to.
I've got to soak
you've
in
got,
that.
You've got to soak that one in. Any questions for Carl off the back of that?
What do you think?
So people were. I mean, basically, where this comes from is people were
They're literally burning the candle at both ends of the day.
Sure.
There you go. So we've still got,
Go on.
I'm committed to this treatment. And
I can't wait. This is like Christmas
Rick, I
Eve for
should
me.
just say-
It's like I've got to open another present now.
No, I'm afraid we've got to save it. Rick, listen, we often get a lot of email correspondence during
Sure.
the show, Rick, which I don't sort of pass on to you because, I mean, you're busy, you're planning the show and stuff,
Sure,
you've got a lot of
sure,
ideas, you've
sure.
got music and stuff to worry
Yeah.
about. So I check the emails, and we get a lot of response, a lot of people that obviously, want to give us feedback. Just a sample one, from Richard Anderson. He's just emailed us in here, Rick, because he's been listening to the show. He says, Ricky, your show is appalling. Are you actually aware you're on the radio, or has someone just secretly stuck a microphone on you? That's from Richard Anderson. So
Wow.
that's typical of the kind of feedback, Rick, we're getting
Really?
today. So,
Is that good, is it?
So that's the kind of, high positive praise that we're getting. So,
I'm glad
keep,
Anderson's
going in the
listening
same-
because I wanted him.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I was gunning for him as a fan.
I was worried that
early
Anders,
on in our career. So
absolutely, but,
I think he's hooked now, though.
But thanks, Anders, for getting in touch. Good work.
He's sitting through it for Hellraiser, though, isn't he?
Yeah, well, that's still to come,
Still
of course,
to come.
Rockbusters.
Still to come. What we playing?
A bit of old dirty I can't say the word, it's offensive. Old
Is it
ODB.
bollocks? Is it old dirty bollocks?
No.
what is it?
Old dirty.
Old dirty big cock?
Oh.
What is it?
I can't tell you, it's offensive.
Breaks off.
anybody can say that. What is it? I can't tell you. It's offensive, but it's okay for him to say that. Now I'm curious. What is it?
Brilliant.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Funny word, isn't it? It's a funny word.
What other funny words are there,
Although
Carl?
XFM's a funny word, I just say the letters out, because the word doesn't make sense.
Just, let me just check Richard Anderson's email again, just to remind myself of...
Go on.
Ricky, your show is appalling. Richard Anderson, thanks. What I like about, Dickie Anders is that he's obviously so angry, he's so annoyed by the show, that he's bothered to email just to get the venom out. Because otherwise you just think you'd switch over.
Well,
he's obviously so annoyed, he's switched on the computer.
He knows how to hurt someone as well.
Exactly. He's really taken the time out to show his disapproval.
Of giving up.
You know what the freaking funniest comments I get, especially on XFM, well, I only get them on XFM, is when people, you know, exactly this. They don't like it, but they feel the need to comment. It's hilarious to me when people say, like, that nobody cares about my stories because they're uninteresting or whatever. As if what these people will talk about is, like, freaking Nobel Prize winning conversations and articles and just completely brilliant stuff. These guys are going on about the stupidest stuff. But my stuff is like, nah, dude, it's too much. Nobody cares. Like, what? I think that's hilarious. I can't remember exactly how people word it, but the way they word it is just like, nobody cares about your nonsense when you got this brilliant stuff going on. And it's like, oh my God, dude, that's so funny because, I mean, what the hell? Like, there are a lot of places where you can say that, or maybe, you know, sharing a story about absolutely something stupid would be inappropriate. But, I mean, hello? Are you kidding me? Oh, that stuff cracks me up every time.
I'll tell you what, though, it is pretty hard to listen to.
What, this?
Yeah.
I've listened back to the tape, that one when you're making that thing for the best of.
Yeah.
And I mean, I sounded like Albert's Taplock. I really sounded like some sort of punch-drunk stroke victim. And oh, there you go. I was going to say, I don't remember myself like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do apologise. It's not a great planned show, slick word of articulate sentence, is it? But I mean, then who is?
But I think, I mean, there's so many shows that are, you know, nowadays on radio. I think there's a lot of stuff that's heavily formatted, you know, and there's with, you know, I don't know, presenters who are professional and have got some sort of degree of talent.
Yeah.
And an ability to sort of string a sentence together. You know, I'm thinking Chris Moyles.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm bored with those slick people.
Exactly.
You know, I think we need a little bit of Carl in our life.
I'm just thinking, actually, I've just suddenly struck me. If you want to get rid of your furniture,
got a buyer.
You've already got a buyer.
Got a buyer.
Because if there's any other stuff, we were clearing some stuff out of our place recently, and we just dumped some stuff outside on the street, because we were going to take it and take it to the tip later. Just dump some stuff outside. And I have never seen so many people come out of the woodwork scavenging through our garbage. It was incredible. They were like zombies.
Well, that's what I was saying.
They were like flies around shit.
But
It was crazy.
when I said to Carl,
That's what
You know what's funny? There was a corner in front of where I lived because it would, like, open up to 3 streets instead of 4. It was weird. It was a weird corner. But there was a security camera that would see the corner, and that's the corner everybody would leave stuff at. And I've had to leave stuff a bunch of times. But usually when I, like, throw something away, I don't give it to someone, I just throw it out. You put it on the corner for somebody to take. It's usually in horrible conditions, like a broken chair or a broken table, or one time I built something out of wood and I had to tear it apart. So it was just like chunks of wood full of nails and staples and stuff. And I had the camera. And every time I would just leave it on that corner and I would go up, I could see in the camera somebody was already taking it. It was like that, dude. Even if it was literal garbage, it was just ridiculous at how fast it was. It wasn't a busy corner. It was like in the middle of nowhere. It wasn't just... It was bizarre, dude. And it was mainly not, like, neighbors that saw me, like, you know, waiting, like, oh, as soon as she leaves, I'm going to go get it, like, through their window. It was cars that would be driving randomly and say, oh, my God, I need that. And they would just stop and take it. That's crazy. I've thrown away, like, just pieces of, like, big plastic pieces or whatever that I know somebody could make use of, but not immediately. It's not like a hot item. I'm not like putting out a mattress that's just been bought. It's like garbage, but not garbage enough to throw it away. And it's incredible, dude. It's incredible how that stuff works.
Just dump it crazy.
When I said to Carl,
That's what you should just do. Just dump it outside, because it'll get taken.
When he went, he said, do you think I asked enough, 100? I went, yes, definitely. He went, oh, I could ask. I said, no, don't do that. I said, because you'll end up having to pay the council to take it away. He said, I wouldn't. He said, I'd rather just dump it and let a little homeless fella have it. And then he went, imagine the little homeless fella sitting at the desk.
Can you imagine, right? I walk past, he's sat outside Hearts, right? The little 24-hour shop. Yeah. He's sat outside there and he goes, have you got any change? And I go, I can do better than that.
Yeah, here's a chair and table.
Here's a futon.
Yeah.
A futon, no less. Not your boring bed, but a trendy... Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, amazing the number of people that would stop to look at our junk. There was a car driving by with a family and kids, perfectly respectable, just driving past, you know, on their way to somewhere, stopped, got out, got the kids out of the car, come on kids, let's just look through this junk. But I like the idea
You said we were going to Alton Towers now.
No, sorry, no time. We're not going to the zoo. Let's look through this rubbish.
We're not going looking through people's rubbish
Put these gloves on, look through this shit.
Ow! That's a needle.
That's a needle. It was, I mean, who does that? It was like a Saturday afternoon. Kids were just going to go and look through some rubbish. And one guy, this is the most incredible one, one guy, I caught him going through the bins as I came in. I said, alright, what are you doing? He was one of those homeless guys who likes to remain dignified.
Why did you say, what are you doing?
Well, because it was my house. I had to go I had to squeeze past him.
He wasn't in your kitchen.
He was in our front garden.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, going through rubbish. He'd torn the bags open. He was going through it. I said to him, what are you up to? He went, oh yeah, just looking at stuff. Don't worry, I'll clean it all up afterwards. Just looking for a few odds and ends, blah, 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 blah. I said, oh well, you can take what you want. You know, it's all going away. Yeah, thanks very much, thanks. Yeah. So he went off, right? I didn't think anything of it. I was walking past the shops the following day. There's a little sort of, kind of 7-Eleven, right? I was walking past. I thought, oh, that's interesting. A Gil Scott Heron album for sale. And I looked, I thought, wait a minute, this is all our rubbish. And the guy had set up, like, a little car boot sale outside the 7-Eleven on the pavement. He'd taken our junk, he'd marked on prices. There's, like, an old RAC book from 1976 that had been lying in the house, a Yellow Pages, you know, and he'd marked up the prices.
How much is Yellow Pages?
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
What year was that?
50p, I snapped it up. I thought that's a bargain. And, it was incredible, he had the cheek of just selling our junk outside.
Enterprise, Carl. You did that. What did you used to do? You didn't used to sell flowers?
I sold flowers. I sold fizzy drinks at school.
Did you?
Yeah.
What that you made?
It was Soda Stream, yeah. Made some,
Well, of course, when you were doing your Pilkies making music, your disco, you used to go into Mum's bedroom and find a pair of tights and a cigar.
Yeah, they'd be prizes.
Did you?
Can you imagine if he still had that mentality now for the prizes of Rockbusters? That'd be hilarious. Also, there was this, I feel like saying it, well, it was a hippie group, okay? That, like, I can't find any other way of saying it. But there was this group of people, mainly hippies, that, they had this, it was actually a really nice idea that they had, right? It was sweet. And it was something called La Gratiferia, which is basically like the free fair. Basically. What they would do is every Sunday they would go to a park. They had, you know, Instagram pages and stuff letting you know where they were. And they would go and they'd put out this big blanket and they had just a bunch of stuff that, you know, they collected from donations, I don't know, over time. And it was just random stuff that people find in their closet or whatever. Maybe that was clothes. There was a little bit of everything. Books, like the guy that did the little shop in his trunk. But everything was free. And the rule was you don't have, like, it's better if you take something, you leave something, but you don't have to leave anything. Like, you can do whatever you want. If you want to leave stuff, leave stuff. If you want to take stuff, take stuff. And if you want to do a trade, you can do a trade. Which was really nice concept, right? And they had to stop because a lady would come with big hefty bags, take everything because it was free, and then she would walk maybe 10 feet, put her own blanket, and have the same things and sell them. And that would just piss everyone off, so they had to stop doing it because people, you know, would just do that, and that's messed up. That is messed up. Like, technically not illegal, she didn't do anything, but it's morally horrible. That pissed everybody off a bunch of times. They tried doing it at a different park, and then a different person did the same thing, so they just stopped. So, sometimes you can't have nice things, because people ruin it, man. What a shame.
Your dad used to smoke cigars in tights, or your mum? Which one of them used to... Go on.
Right, well, let's
Yeah, we're educating Ricky.
No. We're teasing that. Rockbusters.
Well, I think we should play a tune and come back with Rockbusters.
Oh, the show's fallen down. We were going so well. No, it's just the energy, isn't it? The first hour we got through.
I'm still in good spirits.
Is this still good? Is it this show?
I'm enjoying it, yeah.
Yeah? It's still good, is it?
Let me just check
It had so much energy at the beginning.
Good evening, round again.
No, he thinks it's appalling. The Dixter thinks it's appalling, so we should play a tune, because he prefers the music.
Bit of Aqualung.
Oh.
Aqualung.
Rockbusters next.
I like that. That's great, isn't it? Aqualung. Good time's gonna come. Well, Carl, we've got loads of ideas. We've got emails coming left, right and centre. I think you've caused quite a stir. I think you've turned this show around.
Definitely.
To be honest. I'm being, honestly. Yeah, no, you've done really well. You're actually acting a bit like a producer, isn't he? And, you're coming through in your own...
So much so that when I started reacting to these, everybody said just skip. I think they call it season 0 for some reason, where Carl isn't... It's 0 because Carl isn't there. It doesn't matter. And everybody was just skip it because the real gold comes when Carl starts. So much so that years later, the only relevant episodes are the ones where he takes some. People skip the Claire episodes because he's not there. Nobody cares about Claire. Poor Claire. I mean, that's amazing. He really did turn around. He made it his own. That's brilliant.
Right.
Yeah.
We've had a great suggestion.
We've had a great email here. Let me just check.
Carl.
Let me just check.
Listen to this.
This is from Jeff Dunn. He's a big fan of the show, and he's just had a genius idea. He's saying, "You're moving house, Carl. Why don't Ricky and I come round? We can do a live outside broadcast from your flat. We can observe from your kitchen those weirdos that live opposite. We can maybe just wander around, just see the kind of place that you've got. You know, maybe check out your record collection, your clothes, what you got in the bathroom.
It'd be amazing.
Your futon.
It'd be like Louis Theroux, wouldn't it? We'd be Louis Theroux.
Come on, Carl, this is a dynamite idea.
Nah.
Why?
No.
I don't want you coming around making a mess on that.
We won't make a mess. We'll take our shoes off.
When have I ever made a mess in the studio?
Yeah, exactly. No, but do you know what I mean?
We're not going to make a mess. What? We're not going to have anything with us.
But what?
I'm sorry, but that was such like a little kid response. Like a 13-year-old trying to convince their parents of something. No, we won't make a mess. We'll take our shoes off. Like that had anything to do with the mess that they would actually make. Oh, that was cute.
We're not going to make a mess. What? We're not going to have anything with us.
But what's in it for anyone?
Well, it's just a fascinating insight into you.
Yeah, but, right, when I see that little Chinese kid across the road who's dancing about in his underpants, that's in the evening, right? He's not going to be doing that on a Saturday. So you'll be disappointed there.
Sure.
Okay.
That old woman...
But you could at least show us the room in which he dances.
Yeah, when you say little Chinese kid, he's a 35-year-old man, isn't he?
Yeah, well...
you don't...
But
anyway, that's beside the point. You know, we'll find our own amusement.
No, I don't. And the woman downstairs has got a baby, and if we make loads of noise and that gets stressed out...
We're not going to make noise, are we? Just going to have a conversation in your flat. Have a cup of tea.
Yeah, but if we do an OB, we need to get, like, a car outside with a big aerial on it, and the parking's bad round our way.
What's OB?
What do you mean you have to do what do you mean?
Open broadcast?
To do an outside broadcast.
Can't they put in an ISDN line just for the dance?
No, because it'll make a mess of the wall, and I won't get my deposit back. So we'll leave that. Thanks for the idea.
You know, he's going around painting all the little holes, to get his deposit back in the wall. He wants to get his deposit back. It's probably cost him about 400 quid redecorating.
Let's remind people, Carl, of the prizes for Rockbusters this week. It's dynamite stuff. We've got the David Attenborough DVD Nature Collection.
Nice.
We've got a number of CDs, the best of David Bowie. We've got a Madness CD, not quite sure whether that's songs from the musical or their original tunes. Country Legends, 2 CDs there of great country music.
Dude, and every week they have, like, more prizes. It's gonna get hard to keep that up week to week. So there's gonna be one winner of all this, like, all this stuff. I realize it's a part, like, a couple CDs and a couple DVDs, but still, I feel like they're overreaching. It's like in Taskmaster when Alex Horn had the little cut scenes between, you know, part 1, part 2, part 3, and he had so much creativity in, like, the first 2 seasons, and then he ran out of ideas because he used all the good ones. Instead of, like, stretching them out. Jesus, silly boys.
The Remix 2 XFM compilation. Plus, of course, the big movie prize this week. Hellraiser! If you haven't seen it already, then I assume you have never seen a film before. Because I don't know if there's anyone who hasn't seen Hellraiser. But obviously you have to be above 18 to join, to play the competition.
Come on in.
So,
how long would you want to be around for? Is this just for the...
Just for the show. Couple of hours.
2 hours. You just get the desk in there. A live OB.
We could check out the Futon, we could sing its praises.
Check the Futon, right, yeah. Oh, you might have sold that by now.
In fact, we could have someone come round and buy it live on air.
Yeah.
But he already has a buyer.
Think about it.
Think about it. Think about it.
It's great.
How did Graceland start? Because that was his normal house, and then he took over.
You know what I absolutely love? That he has such a problem with people going there, and he's about to move. So, like, it's fine. You won't be there in a month, I assume. So, whatevs. Also, I love that he himself, they didn't bring the topic back, and he himself kind of just is starting to slowly convince himself. Such an odd little guy. I love him.
Right, anyway, Rockbusters.
Yes.
Go on.
Ooh, nice.
I give a cryptic clue.
Nice.
Yeah.
And a letter, and it makes up a band.
He
Right?
never said the word cryptic a few months ago. I love it. Do you know what I mean? I feel it's like our own little Eliza Doolittle.
Yes.
Right, even Richard will like this one. Here we go then. First one. There's 3 of them,
Go on.
and you email in.
If this doesn't turn Dickie round, nothing will.
This is an email-only competition.
Email only. Right, here's the first one. Initial is B, so it's
B.
a band starting with B.
Okay.
And the cryptic clue is, I don't like them birds. They shouldn't be allowed in this area.
I don't like them birds. They
Okay, this one's harder than last week. Oh, snap. I don't know. I don't like them birds. I don't know.
shouldn't be allowed in this area. Next one.
Right, the next one. He doesn't like women, yet he's got a couple of kids. That's a bit weird.
Is that a cryptic clue, or is that just...
Is that just a thought
a general point?
Is that
That's the cryptic clue.
Okay.
And the initials there are PD.
P. Diddy. That's a bit weird. I have no idea. Oh my god, okay.
Okay.
And the last one.
I've got that one. That's terrible. That's terrible.
Okay, quickly.
Oh, God.
And the last one is that bloke who does.
Wait, what? Now I need to know. Nope, damn it.
Come on! It's making me laugh.
Come on, Carl. Be professional.
Right, the last one. Right.
So precious to hear.
I can't do it, it's making me laugh.
Oh,
It's so precious to hear Carl laugh because he almost never laughs.
come on,
Like, out loud.
Right, the last one. Right. I can't do it, it's making me laugh.
Oh, come on, I'll come and read them then.
No, hang on,
Come on, Carl.
Right, here we go.
They don't do this on Blockbusters on TV, do they?
No, come
Right.
on.
That bloke who does sport on telly. He's got a little kid, right? Initials DC.
What?
Right.
Is that,
I'm
was that the
completely
clue?
confused by that.
Was that the clue?
That bloke who does sport on telly, he's got a little kid. These are weird, man. These are weird clues.
Yeah, that bloke who does sport on telly,
Yeah.
he's got a little kid. Initials DC.
Okay, is that a band? Or an artist?
It's well, I'm not
A
going to tell you.
cheese.
I'm not
This
gonna
is
tell
not
you.
a well-known sandwich. Is it? What is it? Is it a
Fine.
band or an
Right,
artist?
so just quickly recap. That's,
Okay.
It's a
Come on, Carl.
Right,
Come on.
quick recap. The first one is B. I don't think them birds should be around in this area. Right, that's B. Right. Second one, he doesn't like women, yet he's got a few kids. It's a bit weird. That's PD. And the final one, that bloke who does sport on the telly, he's got a little kid. Right. DC.
All right.
I feel like the D in that is dad or daddy. for some reason, but I can't think. Like, the only thing I can think is Daddy, Daddy Shunky, Daddy Yankee, or whatever. That's clearly, obviously not it. But, Jesus Christ, I don't know.
And it's ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk if you want to enter for Hellraiser.
Oh, I'll tell you what, continue to do that little theme of like some old stuff people haven't heard of. If you're under 30, you probably never heard of this band. It's also a new thing I'm going to introduce. It's Show Up Camfield. Camfield talks the talk, he doesn't walk the walk. He doesn't play some rock classics on his show because he's scared. I'm going to play the tracks that Camfield's too scared to play. This is Kansas and Carry On Your Wayward Son, alright?
Raw.
Nirvana.
Amazing.
We were just talking, we were getting excited about that,
Yeah,
weren't
he's
we?
got an incredible voice, he has.
And Grohl, drumming, it's brilliant. You Know You're Right, the new one from Nirvana. Well, it's time for Educating Ricky Part 2, isn't it?
Ooh, nice.
I'm excited, Carl. I'm going to learn so much from this. What's the choice again? What's
what is it?
You've got left.
Still keep phoning your answers to,
Email.
Email, sorry, yeah.
The answers to Rockbusters.
Yeah.
Right, okay, Educating Ricky, Part 2.
Right. I'm committed to this treatment.
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
one.
I've got to go for that one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't even understand if that's, like, supposed to be a pun or not. It's just a sentence to me. I don't know if there's a play somewhere, but I can't see it.
Or the other one is the police are causing a bit of a stare.
He still says it like it's the best thing he's ever come up with, which in a way it is.
It could be. Right, go on then. I'm committed to this treatment.
Right. Do you know the saying...
Is it just sayings now? Are they all sayings this week?
No, they're not.
Okay.
No, the other one isn't. Frog in your throat?
No.
The saying, there's a frog in your throat?
Yeah.
I
heard
assume
that.
it's when you croak a little bit. You sound like a frog.
No. Right. Might seem a bit weird, this one, right? But years ago...
Oh, yeah.
So
I love how they all
what is
start
that
with
clue?
years ago.
Committed to this treatment.
It's about frogs kermitted.
Oh.
Probably works better with a K and an ER written down.
Well, also, if you'd pronounced it kermitted,
yeah.
but not committed.
Committed to this treatment! Right, go on then.
That's genius.
So yeah.
Well, what?
You go to the doctors and you go with throat hurting a bit.
Right.
And what they did ages ago...
Ages ago? What year was this approximately?
Doesn't
we
matter.
are going back quite a bit with this one.
Oh, okay, go on.
And the doctor would say...
Specificity is
History.
beautiful.
Imagine years ago, go on.
and the doctor would say, right, keep your mouth open, I need to look at your tonsils. And the jaw would ache a bit, because they weren't as quick back then, because they didn't have the technology and stuff, and they'd have to, like, stare at it and study it.
They didn't have
and
a little
stuff.
wooden stick.
And, like, they get an achy jaw, right?
Keeping their mouth open.
Yeah, like, you get, you know,
Yeah.
when you eat a Mars bar or whatever, it's a bit... So, they'd sat there, and they used to always close their mouth, and it used to annoy the doctor, right?
Sure.
So what they did, they used to get a toad...
Right.
And put it in the mouth.
Rubbish.
Okay, keep talking. Keep talking.
And that way, they couldn't close the mouth because either they'd squash it.
Right.
Or, apparently, you're not allowed to lick a toad's back.
Allowed?
So the doctor would have them for breaking the law?
No, but it's poisonous, right? A toad's back. You should never lick a toad's back.
Sorry.
Or put it in your mouth, really.
Oh, just stop for a second.
Wait. What?
Can I just ask one question?
Go on,
Can I
yeah,
just
go
ask
on.
one question?
I've got a few, but
No,
go on.
I got a lot.
Sure. My initial thought is, it sounds like a brilliant bit of sort of medical knowledge there. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
My only thought is, how does the doctor see past the toad?
Thank you, that was my first
your
question.
What's he actually looking at with the mouth open? Surely the toad is
Isn't
in
it
the
like
way.
hopping around in the way?
It didn't say.
Sorry, and my first question is, was this on the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Carl, that is bollocks. That is... I mean...
Wait! No, come back! I need to see what that says. That's hilarious. Hold on. Cause that's crazy. What's the origin of the phrase "a frog in the throat"? It's an American phrase. I never heard that. Oh my god. But comes directly from the fact that a horse person sounds croaky like a frog. Sure. There's like a lot on this. It's a lot. It's a lot for me to read. It's long for me to read. But that's crazy that there is a reference, dude. Oh my god.
Okay, Carl, that is bollocks. That is, I mean...
Well, alright then. Let's turn this round. Where does the saying, you got a frog in your throat come from?
Probably because you sound a bit croaky. Probably that. Probably because you sound a little bit like a frog when you've got a sore throat.
Carl, did you not question it just for a moment when you read it?
It's funny because in Argentina, they say you have... Basically, it's a chicken in your throat because, you know, especially when you have, like, a voice crack, especially men that have a voice crack with that kind of sound, you have a chicken in your throat. Never heard a frog. But, okay. Fun fact. I can't remember what Queen song there is, but apparently, you know... You can find the files to all the Queen songs, all the, like, vocals and tracks and stuff to mess around with them. And in one of the more famous Queen songs, it might have been Bohemian Rhapsody. I can't remember which one. They're, like, I don't know, 14 layers of Freddie's voice. And in one of them, he has a chicken. And you can clear it. You can hear it clearly. What did I say? When you play just that track, but when you play them all together, you can't really hear it. So it's interesting that they left that in there. But okay.
For a second, didn't you think that seems an odd approach? Firstly, why a frog of all the different species?
Because it's poisonous. A toad.
So a toad, so it's a toad as well.
Yeah, well, it worked. I'm committed. Worked.
No, I
was going to change it to. Have you heard the news? Toad Day. I want as a frog.
Oh God!
Right, so
that's rubbish. So that's rubbish. Next, can I have
Let's play a tune. Let's come up with the last one. Can I just say? No, just play it. Just play it.
Yeah.
Yo,
just play it. Play a record. That's funny.
I have to thank my mate Dave who sent me an incredible 4-disc compilation. That was one of the tunes on there.
It looks professional. It's amazing.
It's incredible. Yeah. Oh, he's gone to too much effort. Ben Queller. It's a track called "In Other Words" from his album Sha Sha.
Open wide. Oh dear, that's interesting. Oh, here, doctor. You've actually got a frog in your throat. I didn't get there.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's the most ludicrous story I've ever heard.
You can't see the tonsils. Oh, that guy's teeth are jacked, man. Those are odd teeth. But I love that. You know what's hilarious? I was imagining the frog the other way. Maybe the frog was looking at your tonsils. I don't know. That's cute.
Throat. I didn't get there. I put it in there. That's the most ludicrous story I've ever heard, Carl. Why don't you think when you read these things?
I think there's always going to be a bit of truth in all of these. I mean, that fella called up, didn't he, and said, I'm not sure about the, putting a frog in your throat if you've got, problems with your tonsils or whatever. But he said years ago, if someone had toothache, they'd get hold of a frog and strap it to the face.
Yeah, sure.
So maybe down the line, maybe they did.
Strap it to the face? Is that what he said? I don't understand how that works.
If someone had toothache, they'd get hold of a frog and strap it to the face.
Yeah, sure.
So maybe down the line, maybe they did.
Yeah.
Maybe they did.
I think Caligula made his emperor a horse and emperor as well, but I mean... it doesn't... Go
on. Dick Anderson's been back in touch.
Excellent.
I think so. He's obviously...
We've turned him round. Well, he loves it now.
He's been tuning in.
He loves it now.
He says, Ricky, thanks for a really forgettable 2 hours of radio. I think I'll spend the time next week counting my feet. That's from Richard.
You know what's hilarious? That I also experience... that the guy's still listening. Dude, that's just why. I have people... I don't understand why, that they will watch all my videos or all, like, the XFMs, and they will complain about it every week, comment on it saying this is trash or this you suck or whatever, and then next week they'll be there, they'll watch the whole thing and say you're stupid, and it's like, why are you here? Why do you keep coming back? I don't get it. If you don't like me or if you don't like this, that's fine, whatever, just leave. Oh, man. Some people. It's crazy, dude. It's... Jeez, I don't get it. I don't get it. But what else?
Anderson. So, we've turned him round.
Do you know where the phrase counting my feet comes from? Well, in the olden days, right, and I'm talking ages ago, when you really loved something, you used to, as a sign of respect, like, say, a radio show, you'd count your feet. And that's where that comes from, Carl.
Well, what about the frog thing with a poisonous back?
It's rubbish.
That's true. No, the toads have the secretions in there.
Why?
But they didn't put it in people's mouths.
No, so well, I'll tell you why.
Oh, that was good.
When a badger or a heron tastes the toad, it's horrible. Ugh. The toad might die, but it's for the good of the species, because then think how many toads looking like that heron could eat in its lifetime. So the fact that one toad is sacrificed, have all those other toads in that heron's manner will be safe.
Why? I mean, you know, we've talked about animals a lot on the show, right?
Yeah.
And when God made a toad...
Sure.
Right, okay. Well, I'm going to stop you there. I'm going to stop you there straight away.
Don't. Just let him carry on.
Right.
Okay.
Like... There's annoying things out there, you know, jellyfish is a big problem with me. I don't understand what they do in the sea and stuff.
Right.
Right, but we'll leave them.
God's a problem for me, but go on.
We won't talk about jellyfish.
No.
With the toad, right, if it's to protect itself...
Yeah.
Right, now
It's
say...
not to protect itself, it's to protect its species.
No, yeah, but that... Surely, right, if the toad had a choice, if God said, right, what I'm going to do for you here... you can have something like a lobster's got claws, big claws to have a fight. Or, I can give you something that if someone's having a go at you, you've got to try and persuade them to lick your back. As a defence.
Yeah.
What use is, right...
God's...
Well, I'll tell you why.
What is God
The
up
fact
to?
that there are still toads around is a testament to that defence working. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? If the toad had died out, you'd have a point. But they're still around. It works. Alright?
And don't start slagging God off. He's got a lot on his plate. Basically, I think he took on too much.
Particularly in 1 week.
Exactly, it was crazy.
Danger high voltage.
I love how his silence, even though he stays quiet, maybe makes like a little sound or whatever, I can just hear the little gears in his head turning to try to make sense of what was just said and trying to find an argument for it and not being able to. I love it. I bet when he thinks real hard, it smells like bacon.
Electric 6, XFM 104.9, I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant. Carl's getting all flustered because I put elastic band around his head. And we've had a definition of...
Well, hang on a second.
You did what?
Band with me Steve Merchant. Carl's getting all flustered because I put elastic band around his head. And we've had a definition of...
Well, hang on a second, because there's an update to that, Rick.
Go on.
We did just have, one definition here of a frog in the throat. Apparently this has come from some internet site, so who knows how convincing it is, but it says frog in the throat, meaning suffering from temporary hoarseness, needing to clear the throat. Origin from the Old English frogger, meaning hoarseness. That's from Chris. Now that sounds slightly suspect to me.
Why?
But frogger? I mean, it seems odd that it would derive from that when it so clearly appears to be you sound like a frog when you have a sore throat.
Yeah, but the word frog could come from frogger, because it sounds like it's
I think it wasn't Frogger a game you could play on the on the Spectrum. That's a great game. But listen, hang on, there's an update to that, because just
to the common frog, of course, Rana temporara, that's the Latin name. Well, your toad is Buffo.
You may be trying to show
that
off,
is
but I
a
think you're about to
toad.
embarrass yourself as well, because you've been slagging off young Carl.
Yeah.
It says here, another email, it doesn't tell us who it's from. Although it's hard to believe now, at one time, medieval physicians believed that the secretions of a frog could cure a cough if they were coated on the throat of the patient. That in itself sounds repulsive, but what makes the idea even worse is the application of the secretions. Instead of painting the treatment on, something which may also have seemed rational, a live frog was placed into the mouth of the sufferer, where it remained until the physician decided that the treatment was complete.
Right.
Apparently Shakespeare's son-in-law, that's a question mark, I don't know what that means. Anyway, it's no wonder that today a froggy or croaky attempt at speech is said to be a frog in your throat. So, you can see that what's happened there is Carl's misread, or been slightly misinformed about a medieval practice. In a sense, you're both winners.
Okay, but does the cough stop because you die? Because of the poison? Like, or does it just numb your throat? Like, okay, but sure. See, that's more believable. I don't know if it's true or not, but, you know, the way medicine has evolved, they had to have tried so many weird things. Like, you know how whale sperm is widely used in, like, a bunch of things, antifungal, creams, perfumes. I don't remember if it was perfumes of sperm or whatever. But, like, somebody somehow, somewhere discovered that. I mean, there has to have been a point in all, just like the timeline, where somebody tried something and figured out if it worked or not, or they thought it worked or not. So, I mean, today, day and age, a lot of things have been tried for the knowledge we have now. So, more believable. Weird, but it's more believable.
It's just for taking part.
What?
A medieval practice. In a sense, you're both winners, just for taking part.
There you go.
What's your final one, Carl?
Right, the final story is the police are causing a bit of a stir.
I can't wait.
It's about this fella. I think it's in England somewhere.
Yeah.
Don't know when it happened, but
literally ages ago, or
basically, well, I think it's when they were trying to crack down on like drunken people walking about in the street.
oh yeah,
And they found this fella.
Saturday that one.
And found this fella, and all the local people were saying, "Oh, look at him wandering around. He's drunk and what have you." That's not right. Get the police in. He got arrested and that, and they got him in the court. And the judge was there, and he says, "So you know, what's all this? What's going on? What are you doing wandering about when you've had a drink? You know the rules. You shouldn't be doing that. You had a glazed expression on your face. Blah blah blah. What do you have to say for yourself?" He only had a glass eye.
So he had 2 glass eyes?
No, he had 1. But that was they were about to sort of lock him up.
Was he a bit pissed up as well?
Well, he was pretty livid.
But was he also drunk with a glass eye?
No, that's the weird thing. He wasn't even. He hadn't even had a drink.
So they just thought because he had a weird stare.
Because his eyes were all glazed.
Yeah. Where'd you get this from? Why are you telling me this? No, but why are you telling me this?
I didn't get the point yet.
I mean, thank you, because it's, you know, killed a couple of minutes. But why is this educating me? What are you telling me here?
Because there's a bit of a thing there, a bit of a fable, that don't always judge a book by its cover. Yeah? So, the guy, he hadn't even had a drink. He'd probably just been shopping.
Yeah.
Walking down the street, and everyone's, like, getting involved. Like, what's he doing?
Hang on, I don't understand. He's walking down the street, happens to have a glass eye. He was doing nothing else to suggest he was drunk. You don't pick people up just because their eye looks like that.
But even if it happened, why are you telling me? With no particular detail. I know this, that we're going to get
It's not enough information.
I know, yeah.
No, there's a bit of a lesson there, educating Ricky. Just, you know, just watch what you say. Don't always jump to conclusions.
The only education I can take from that is that if I ever do become a policeman, I shouldn't just arrest people because they look a bit drunk. I should just tap their eye with a pen and goes, oh, okay, on you go.
Well,
on you go, yeah.
Guys, can I just stop you there? I'm just going to email...
What did that say? Board eraser. Cute. There was once a time in Argentina a couple years ago where they were really cracking down. They should do that now because I have to drive home Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights, like late, and all the drunk people are on the street. And driving home is scary, man. Jesus, it's a mess, right? And they haven't been cracking down on, you know, the police controls. What do you call them? There's a word for it. I can't think of it. But when they do the alcohol test and whatever. But years ago, they were cracking down on it. And there was a point where they would share the stupid excuses. Because here, if they find alcohol in your, you know, bloodstream when you're driving, they'll just take away your car. Take it to the pound. It's really expensive. To get it back is hard. It's a pain in the ass. So nobody wants to do that. And I think they keep your driver's license. Like, you get suspended. I don't know what the consequences are, but nobody wants to go through that. And it's very common here for people to drink and drive. Even though if they catch you, you're pretty screwed. I don't get why, but people do it a lot. And at one point they were, you know, sharing like the stupidest excuses. And there was one lady, because sometimes they have the body cam. And there was one lady that was like, no, I didn't drink anything. I just had a couple, you know, those bonbons with liquor in it. There was another guy that said, no, I didn't drink anything, please. And you can, like, when they're saying it, you can tell they're drunk. Like, no, please, I didn't drink anything. I just used a little Listerine. That's what the blowy machine thing he was picking up. Like, dude, no. It was another guy that said he had ice cream with a particular flavor that has alcohol. And like, dude, no. That's crazy. The amount of stupid stuff people will say just to try to get out of it when they have facts. There is a number here of how much alcohol you have in your blood. Like, I mean, it's crazy, man. People think they can get away with there's this whole culture here of something called chamushad, which is just bullshit your way through anything. And they think they can get away with it. And obviously, no, they can't because it's ridiculous. But anyway, I can't remember why I'm telling you this anymore. But it was relevant, I think.
Oh. On you go, yeah.
Guys, I'm just going to email Richard Anderson and tell him I agree.
Right, listen, I'm running out of time and that.
We've got where did the phrase frog in the throat come from?
We've got it here. It's been told.
Well,
Can we play a tune and come back with that? Have we got anything lined up?
Yeah, we've got the song with a story in it.
Come on, Carl, let's do something. Quick, play a record.
Song with a story in it.
But never mind that, just, they're listening. We discussed this off air, come on. Play a record.
Right, it's Kinks.
Kinks.
It's a song with a good story in it. You got to listen to the words.
What was that? That was your little song with a story.
That's another little feature.
He felt rushed. That was too cute.
That we do every Saturday.
So make sure you tune in.
It's a song that's got a good story in it. There's a lot of music about these days.
What's that story about then? What's that story about?
You don't know what they're going on about. Whereas that classic from the Kinks called Lola.
Yeah, what's it about?
I'd listened to it for the first time properly this morning.
Yeah.
And what I've worked out from it is a fella who goes out for a normal Saturday night out. He's in Soho.
Yeah.
He's having a Coca-Cola or whatever. And he sees this woman, and he thinks, yeah, she's alright. Yeah. Won't mind a bit of that. So he wanders over, and he sort of gets talking to her. He looks at her, and she's got a great figure, nice face and all that.
Lovely knob.
And she speaks, and he goes, oh, God. Got a bit of a bloke's voice.
Yeah.
Got a bit of a voice like a bloke. But he thought, that's her only down point.
Sure.
So he dances around with her, and I think he sits on his knee, I think he said.
Yeah.
Anyway, it turns out it's a fella.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
a sobering lesson.
Yeah.
What do you take from that?
Look away, sort of. If you think you might be talking to a bloke in drag, just look at it. He's sort of Adam's apple. Right. And he'll probably have a hairier arse than a woman.
Yeah, I think you've gone too far then.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think you're already getting too close.
It's a bit late to pull out.
No, pun intended, definitely.
There was a pun intended.
Oh, was it? Alright, was it?
Yes.
Alright, okay, we don't be disgusting then. Right, okay, right, the results of, Rockbusters.
We ain't got a winner for the first time.
Yes, we have, we've
got loads of winners.
No, we haven't. We've done this feature for 3 weeks. This is the first time I've managed to sort of...
What?
Well, let's go through them then.
What have they got wrong?
The first one.
The first one?
What was the first one? Well, hang on, let's do them in reverse order first. So what's the last one?
The last one, the clue was that...
I wanna get these, but I can't, dude. No.
Bloke does sport on the telly, and he's got a little kid.
What's that?
That's Destiny's Child. Dead.
I don't...
Who does...
follow.
What's that?
That's Destiny's Child. Des, who does ITV Sport, has got a Chinese child, right? No, that's fine, they got that.
Okay, Destiny's Child. What's the middle one?
Right, the middle one. Right.
Child.
The second one was, he doesn't like women, yet he's got a couple of kids, that's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Arrgh! I want to get at least one. I don't know.
Right? That was PD. That was Puff Daddy.
That is offensive. Go on.
But it's not Puff Daddy. It's Puff Daddy. And he's not even called that anymore. He's called P. Diddy.
Well...
Wait, okay. No, I said P. Diddy at the beginning because that's the only thing that came to mind. But I don't understand how that has... Oh... No way did he do that. That's funny. Okay, see, but in the US, Puff doesn't mean that. Oh my god. Okay.
Fair enough.
But they got that one.
Yeah.
And if I'm being tight, these lot are as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tight means something in Manchester. Go on.
Right. And the first one that they're having problems with, I don't think them birds should be allowed in this
They've
area.
got it. Boyzone.
It's not Boyzone.
I'm trying to, after getting a feel of what the other two were, how ridiculous they were, I was trying to, but yeah, no.
What's the clue again?
It ain't happening.
I don't think them birds should be allowed in this area.
That is perfect. A boy zone. No birds.
No women.
No women, birds, right?
Okay.
A boy zone. Sorry, Carl.
That would've
if
been
that
good.
isn't the answer, their clue is better than yours. That is brilliant. What was yours? Boy zone. It works perfectly.
What's your answer then?
Bangles.
I have no idea what that means.
Like seagulls. So you don't want them in this area, so you're banning them. Bangles.
Oh! Well, give it to boy zone, because boy zone's better. Don't think it's birds to be allowed in this area, it's a boy zone.
I think we should have a rollover. Carl beat them. Carl beat them. You have to use his logic, surely.
But theirs works. You can't do what am I thinking. No, that's not what I'm thinking. It perfectly. It works perfectly. I think you've got to give it to the ones that...
Nah, dude, have you never done a freaking crossword? Sometimes you have the letters there, and sometimes the perfect thing doesn't fit because they thought of something else. Like, dude, that's the way it works. The answer, it has to be bagels, which is crazy, but it has to be.
Got the boy zone.
Well, how about, right, because they didn't actually get into my head.
Nobody got it?
Heaven forbid.
How about we just keep back the David Attenborough, and they can have, I'll chuck in the Hellraiser, right?
Okay.
Most of you.
And, Blondie album and the Madness one.
Yeah, okay, pick a winner at random.
Pick a winner, Steve.
I'm going to give it to Paul Sloman, who got those answers, and he also says, P.S.
Can you imagine if it was the guy that was heckling them before? Can you imagine if he even participated? That would have been awesome.
Carl, you're a moron. And he also says, P.S. Carl, you're a moron. So, I'm giving that to Paul, and good luck to him. He's got a crazy night tonight. If we can rush these over to him, he's got a cracking Saturday night.
Well, if I'm a moron, I might get your address wrong when I send them to you.
Oh!
Coming right back at you, Paul.
Yes. Right. John, play.
Wait, now I'm curious. Did Paul really say that? I doubt it. I thought Steven was just adding that, ad-libbing. Dude. I love that he got
Your song.
Carl!
John, play your song.
Is this
Carl's annoyed because they didn't get banned goals.
A song from song for the ladies. I think we seem to have missed this a lot of weeks, but this is I've been wanting to play this
It's
for
not
ages.
like us to forget things like that.
This is a band Frente who kind of came and went and no one was particularly interested, but they did do this lovely acoustic version of the New Order tune Bizarre Love Triangle, and this just shows you how incredible the melody.
How do they play so many songs of bands I've never even heard of? Like, I used to consider myself somebody that knew a lot of music, but maybe it's a time thing. Because there has been so many bands I've never heard of, or songs of bands I have heard of, but the song I never knew existed. I've watched so many episodes of this already, and out of all the episodes, I only knew like 10 songs. That's crazy. I need to study up or something. Jesus.
That is, and the words and everything are.
Brilliant.
New Order. Just play this.
Good night.
Songs for the
Bye-bye.
ladies. Is this the week?
Do you reckon Richard Anderson will be back next week?
Yeah, Richard Anderson will not miss this show.
Excellent.
You
Every
know,
time I think of you, I get a shot right.
you get shot where? What? Oh, dude, you have any idea? There's no doubt in my mind that next week Richard Anderson would be there. That's hilarious. I don't know why, but people work that way. Oh, man. These are fun. So it wasn't just me, because later when they like calmed down a bit, I could follow them. It was just, they were super hyper at the beginning and just talking over each other. And it was so hard. It was really hard for me to follow. But then they kind of calmed down. Oh, man. Good to know it wasn't just like me and I'm not going crazy. It was them that were just like extremely all over the place. Anyway. Lovely humans, it's over. So I'm leaving. But again, thank you, Rusty. These are amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it. The timing is impeccable. It's all just great. And sometimes it helps a lot. And the little QR codes to like fact check is just so cute. Because sometimes it's just something that like you expect to be complete BS, and then that comes up. Hilarious. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I am off. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you soon. Toodles.